Welcome to the Wrong Kind of Music podcast. This is an interview with the latest Metal to the Masses Belfast winners, Oracle. Start off just by saying congratulations to all of you. Well deserved, I thought. Brilliant on the night, absolutely superb. But we'll make a start on the interview. For those who don't know you, who are each of you and what he's doing in the band? Start with.
I'm Chief, I play bass solo.
Jake, lead guitar.
Reese, drums.
Connor, rhythm guitar.
I'm Jason, I'm vocals.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together for now?
It's about 3 years.
About 3 years. And how did the band come together?
Me, Connor and Jake were studying music in Belfast Metal together. I was in another band called Paradigm with Chief at the time, and that band was sort of coming to an end. We had a college band and we sort of decided to mould the two for our first drummer, Jack Luke. And then from there went through a couple of different drummers before we got
I seen
to Reese.
I seen you play, where was it, where did I see M2TM play? Was the
Big Life Centre.
Yeah.
Cafe Wa, yeah.
That's right, I seen you play there, and what do you call it, it was the first time I met Connor or Jake, and I said to Jason, I was hearing the rhythm sections and it wasn't that great as in terms of like bass and drums, and I says, listen, I know a drummer called Jack Luke and he's out in Blair near Lurgan. So I says to the guys, I said to Jason, I goes, look, I think that we should try to form something here because I think it could actually be quite good.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
For those unfamiliar with Oracle, how would you describe the sound of the band?
Probably the easiest way would be groove metal.
Yeah.
That's what most people kind of see it as, with a bit of hardcore, and it's slowly getting a bit more
Slamming.
hardcore.
Yeah,
so many subgenres out there, like, but it's probably the
always
Those
with
are
slams.
I definitely picked up on that at like some of the gigs, and I think it's great that you can play with the likes of, for talk's sake, Kidos and Lockhorns, but then you could go around the Warzone and play with bands like Death Grip and Order 66 and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
the only thing.
and you wouldn't be out of place on either gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be the main influences then in terms of bands that people would know?
Well, I think all of us would kind of agree, like all of our, one of our influences, strong influences we have probably Lamb of God. Like all of us would share. Like I like Tool. And Tool would be one of my influences as well.
I think it sort of varies from person to person, like.
yeah, some stuff all of us be into, but we all have our separate stuff.
Like,
Yeah,
Visually,
goes up on Metallica, I wouldn't be playing guitar at all,
Yeah.
and that's going back, obviously, like,
Yeah.
but Metallica kicked me off anyway.
For me, a lot of it was actually grunge in the 90s as well.
Right.
So I got into playing guitar and singing, and then gradually went into the heavier side of stuff
Yeah.
from there.
A lot of my stuff is influenced by mainly like gent bands as
Yeah.
well, like mainly Meshuggah, and a lot of the patterns are doing that, but still a lot of Chris Adler, Lamb of God in there as well. Like
You can see a lot of the gentler stuff towards the Lockhorn stuff that you do.
yeah, that's where the main influence is, but the majority of that comes from Korn mainly because they're one of my favourite bands. But the majority of my favourite bands are gent bands, so it's hard to keep that out of it. Like,
what are the band's aspirations? Because I know that there's a lot of bands around Belfast that are happy enough just to go down to the Limelight once a month or to Voodoo and knock out a load of songs, have a load of beers with their mates and go home. Then there's other bands who really they see themselves in 5 or 10 years time not having jobs, doing this for a living. Where do you fall on that spectrum? How far do you want to take the band?
That's the dream.
We want this to be a full-time thing.
That is the aspiration.
This is like all of us want this, and that's just plain and simple. Like well, I know I definitely want it, and
yeah, I just want this to be the start of things, like.
Put a lot of work into it, especially now with the Metal to the Masses thing. We want to take as much opportunity from that as possible and not see that as the end of the journey, but the start of it.
Yeah.
Like compared to like the Crawlin and 10 Ton Slug before we can go from there.
Yeah.
That's sort of where we want to take it. Like
We've won this, we've put in a lot of hard work over the past year. When this now just kind of shows that we need to work doubly, triple time as hard, really, just to keep that drive going and
Yeah.
hopefully get gigs abroad and things like
The
that.
proof's in the pudding now with this competition that the spoils are there, with guys going on to play metal days and getting gigs at other festivals and whatnot.
support slots as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think 10 Ton Slugs are one of the ones that really
Yeah,
stands out for me after they won the Dublin event. They seem to be doing really well.
It's great foot to have through the door, like.
Absolutely.
So there's
Yeah.
this the whole camp, you know, it's unbelievable, like, you know.
It's one of the things we talked about as well, is we wanted a band to win that wanted to go on and do bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Not a band that was going to go to a festival,
Yeah.
get pissed, and then come home and
Yeah.
that's the end of it, you know. What was the mindset with the competition? I know a lot of people entered, and whether they meant it or not, a lot of guys would say to us that they only entered the competition to get gigs, because they knew that there was a potentially 3 gigs in there to play in front of people they wouldn't necessarily play in front of. Was that how you approached it, or did you come at it with the idea of, we can win this, we can go to Bloodstock?
This year definitely ended up doing it, like, you know, we entered a couple of times, and the year before, when we didn't have everything together as much, you know, member wise and material wise, there's maybe less for that, but definitely this year ended up doing it, like.
Yeah. And I think we sort of surprised ourselves last year. Last year was more enter it to try and get a bit of a following if we can, and then we're surprised to get to the final. And then this year it was like, we have an EP coming out, we have all this other stuff, we could do it, we want to do it. It's definitely the mindset with it.
Even the release of the EP as well, it's kind of all gearing up towards Metal to the Masses, you know, like it takes a long time to get some stuff out, and it just takes a lot of time and money and things like that, you know, so releasing the EP on the day was just good timing as well, just with the whole competition, so it's a bit of hype, you know, driving around us at the time, so.
You've been finalists before. For a lot of people entering the competition, getting to the final and not winning might be a bit of a blow. Did you come back thinking, yes, we're definitely having at it next time? Or was there a bit of a debate within the band? Was everyone on the same page, or how did that play out?
Well, again, like, you know, last year we kind of just we were surprised that we were getting so far. But don't get me wrong, like it was great. Do you know what I mean? But like you know, we didn't even think that we didn't get into the finals last year. You know, but like we did, and you know, people. That's whenever we first start seeing people that were respond to our music and stuff. And it was such a great thing. But then, do you know what happened? Whenever we went into the final, we started going, oh, could be not. You know, we don't know. But this year it's been. We're really looking at it. We're really hungry for it, and we really just wanted to go for it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
The drive was definitely there a lot more this year with it. I mean, obviously, you had our main competitors like Lockhorns and Ketos, and every band in that final really could have pulled it.
Yeah.
But
I think everyone was feeling on the edge about it, all the bands, you know, everyone's just kind of equal power and just on different levels, you know, but they're all working really hard as well. It's really doing well in the scene at the minute, so it could have been anyone's game, really, you know.
Had you talked about if you hadn't won it, would you have went for the 3rd year in a row?
we were, this is where it got different for us. We were, obviously would have taken time to think about it, but I think there would have been less chance of us entering it next year and maybe trying to do things ourselves. Because as much as the competition's amazing for a lot of things, and obviously now winning it as well, it takes up a lot of time because you're prepping for those gigs.
It does.
Rather than organising what else that you can be doing, and maybe trying to get these opportunities on your own. So it probably would have been completely different next year.
It's more nerve-wracking as well, because see, if you want to win it, it's just preparation. You're trying to do better than, you know, what the last time you did. And you're just racking your head saying, right, well, what else can I do here? You know, what more can we do? Can we do more? You know, that's the questions that go through your head. You know, that everything went through my head. And you know, it's just with the kind of thought, if we didn't win it, you know, next year we wouldn't do it, because it was a lot of stress, a lot of worries, a lot of, you know, everything around, you know, not even just in terms of like playing and tightness and stuff on the stage. You know, a lot of it with social media. Are you putting enough out? You know, the people to keep interested.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if we didn't win it this year, we might have tried to go down the video contest route instead. See if we got any more like sort of joy that way. But again, that was sort of in the back of our minds because we also just want to win it this year.
That's one thing I'm not overly familiar with. How does that work? Is it just...
I'm pretty sure you
make
just
a
go on their
music video?
website and just send like your music video, and they just review it, and there's like, right, you're playing the Jaeger stage, or
so is it like
whatever
the sort of thing that you've done for No God Waits? That sort of video? Or like a live
I think just a music video. Like.
Alright, okay. How do you think Metal to the Masses competition compares to other battles of the bands?
Kicks the fucking shit out of them, really. Like,
Yeah.
like it really does. Like, I think it was before. Were you in the band when we did the Pavilion ones?
No, it was before I joined.
I mean, they were good too, but it was a completely different atmosphere because it's very congested with lots of different genres, and the people that go, they just sit there.
Yeah.
Metal to the Masses, everybody from the bands, promoters, people like you get involved, the audience is involved in taking part in who they want to win and pushing it as well. Like, it's a real community thing, like.
And it's more tense as well in Metal to the Masses, you know, as great as it is, it's definitely more tense, you know, it feels more real, if, you know, it's weird, you know, just...
I think that as much as being a metal band as well, like obviously playing Bloodstock is fucking massive, like.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? The gateway and how much they look after you afterwards and stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the sort of thing I was going to ask. I mean, some of the other battles of the bands, you get $1,000 at the end of it.
Yeah.
$1,000 sounds like a lot of money, but when you split it between 4 or 5 people,
Yeah, no, this is the best.
it's probably not that much.
If you're going to invest it, it doesn't even go that far.
Or maybe studio time, which most bands are already invested in studio time to a degree anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So is the prize, does that make the competition, does it bring it up a level, if you know what I mean? Getting to play
Definitely,
something
like,
like Bloodstock. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd rather look at
100%.
anything else really that you've seen from other competitions. That's the
As well, the Metal to the Masses as well. It's everybody who's going to the gig just have a love for the music and the scene itself. You know, there's just a better spirit about the place, better atmosphere. Where if it's just like an ordinary ballad of band, you know, it's not that they don't like the music or anything, you know, but you know, it's just a mix of genres, you know, and maybe might not be in the music that much, or just going out to see their mates, whereas the metal community are there for the music. You know, it's that spirit's there and it's always there, you know. So
I think even as much as we were talking about the stress that we were all going through and are we doing enough, like, you fucking love it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you're feeding off it, and I think any band that's entering, whether even if they're entering to win it or not, like, you're getting a massive opportunity to reach more people. Like, I personally think you should be entering to win it, but at the same time, if you can, even in the first heat, the semi-finals, the final, if you can make it there, it's going to give you a lot more opportunity.
Absolutely. And even get to the semi-finals, getting through it still gives you a wee bit of a confidence boost too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if, you know, if you're not at the final level just yet, even getting through something as big as Metal to the Masses, you know, it's still a great confidence boost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really did a whole lot for us, like,
Yeah.
whenever we got to the final, you know, the year before, like, it done massive just compared to that
Yeah.
year before with the crawl and all.
We were struggling to get gigs in Belfast before last year.
Yeah.
And then off the back of that, we had people messaging us, like the likes of Ali asking us to do Warzone. James Loveday maybe took more of an interest in us for Limelight gigs, that sort of thing as well. So it's definitely worth doing.
There's no denying, like, I mean, you
Yeah.
impress people. You hit this thing rolling. It's really good. So I remember there was a point where we kept going to less gigs because it was, for a while, it was the same bands over and over again. And there seemed to be a period where about 4 or 5 bands just seemed to have come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like Glockhorns and Oracle.
Yeah.
And
I know, it's kind of like wrapped up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's so,
It's weird, like.
I thought it was great to see a lot of these younger bands coming through, because you do get a bit tired of seeing the same bands go through the motions over and over again, you know.
No, it's great, like, I like to see it, like, sure.
One of the things we talked about in the podcast was any band that goes the whole way through the competition, a lot of people will be going down to all the heats and will see the same band play 3 times. And the bands need to do something to kind of up the ante each time. Did you take that into consideration? Did you think about each show and, like, how do we make this one better than the last one?
Definitely. I think from the first heat to the semi-final, it was starting to do like the vlogs and stuff just on the Facebook page whenever it was relevant, more social media orientated. But for the final, we got a new backdrop, we got our cap flags, we got that sort of thing. I think he's talked about it before, but it's maybe easier for like a death metal or a black metal band to up the ante with their stage presence and their like makeup and dress and that sort of thing, whereas
The attire, yeah, absolutely.
we're
we thought it was great to do the key rings.
the key
We were
rings.
just having free key rings out at the door.
Yeah.
You know, just for the first 100 people they got there. You know, just to bring more people in. You know, just to get them in, and they were getting something for free because everybody knows free shit. You know what I mean? Like, and we were just giving that there at the door as well. You know, so like we were always thinking of just doing like just trying to do different things on the final as well. Do you know what I mean?
Giving people something original that they can take from it, regardless of what happens.
But we were talking about that, the thing with the keyring. To me it was like as soon as you hit the event,
Yeah.
Oracle's in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys are there, and you have a presence.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I
it's not even
made sure
about-
I stood out that door like.
It's
I made sure that so that.
There wasn't one cunt got through that door past you.
No.
What was it you said? Excuse me, would you like a keyring? Oh, polite. No,
Could I interest you in a keyring and give you a sticker?
That's what it was. Yeah.
Did they all go? Did you hear it all?
No, to anyone.
By the way, we're on at 10:45.
By the way.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm chief.
So if you've anytime I've been to Bloodstock, you always see bands walking around with flyers. We're playing the new Blood stage at such and such. One of the bands from Dublin whose name evades me right now, thrash band that won a couple of years back.
Psychosis.
It was Psychosis. They brewed their own beer and brought it with them.
Unreal.
And offered free beer. If there's any tricks up your sleeve for Bloodstock to kind of entice people.
I don't know how you're going to top that.
We'll definitely think of something like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've talked about what we want to do, and we want to do something similar, but obviously maybe not the same thing again.
We have
We'll
the
come up
final.
with something like.
Having the final this early as well. I think the final last year was like maybe in June or something, was it?
Was it that late?
It's later on. I'm pretty sure this is an early final, like, so we'll have a lot of time to prep and think about these things going forward.
Yeah, I put more thought into it now that we're going to play it, like, so.
Yeah, definitely.
During the competition, was there any bands that you considered your biggest threat?
Early Elder Druid, to be honest. It's a bit
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah.
Sort of scared the shit out of everyone, I think, whenever they entered it, because those lads are doing amazing already.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already
Good things.
playing lots of shows in England and getting good support slots. And it was a shame that they went out more than anything. Like,
Massive sign,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
We were stunned.
Yeah.
obviously, any band that was in the final as well. Again, Lockhorns, Ketos,
Yeah.
and definitely
This is
Salesman.
on a really good show.
We're always very weary of Lockhorn, so they are a little bit prefer, like, you know, trying to keep, you know, not just because he's with them and all, you know. They are, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to keep ahead of them as well, like, as much as we can. I'm pretty sure everybody tries to do the same. So,
I suppose the biggest threat to me was probably Cursed Sun, because I obviously can't say Lockhorns because I'm in them. But apart from that, either Death of a Salesman or Cursed Sun. They get to see all of Death of a Salesman at the final, but I felt like I just walked into the room and it was just this big open note that just made my chest rumble. And I was like, alright, okay, this could be an issue.
Like phenomenal frontman as well.
He's so
Like,
good.
Yeah,
He made-
it's
he
the
made-
energy on him.
As a singer, he made me shit myself whenever he was standing up on that monitor and banging the roof and everything. I was like,
Yeah. Just had some absolute
yeah,
best.
yeah.
I mean, I can imagine Simon Hall standing watching that and going, if I could have him on my stage, I would have him on my stage, you know, because he just owned that place, he really did.
yeah, he did, man.
Having been through the competition twice, reaching final twice, and then winning it this year, if there's any advice that you would give to the younger or less experienced bands that would consider out there next year?
Yeah, biggest advice for me personally is enter it and want to win it. Think about things that you can do differently from other bands, whether it's on social media is a massive part now. Even just, I don't know how much it comes into play with Simon Hall, but with the audience at your shows, he's going to be looking at how your audience react. If you can get them involved in social media first, then hopefully they'll be more involved on the night whenever you're playing. But just want to win it.
yeah,
Want to
have also like a great, try to have a good stage presence, try to have good crowd control, especially if you're the front man of that new band, whoever it may be. Try to, you know, just sort of take control of the audience, you know, bring them on this trip that is, you know, your music that you want to bring them on, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Prepare yourself as well, I'd say.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for the worst and anything can happen on stage, no strings breaking and things like that. It's very easy to get nervous, so just be prepared for the worst and
Yeah.
just play every gig like it's your last. If you know, just have that drive, but definitely be prepared.
strings breaking, guitars failing, people falling off
Pedals
stage.
breaking, things like that.
Pedals fucking breaking.
Yeah.
Falling off stage.
Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. I think
My personal feeds.
one of the best pieces of advice that someone gave me was imagine that you're on the festival stage.
Yeah.
Like you're looking out, there's grass everywhere, there's thousands of people. You're not playing in Belfast, you're playing on a festival stage. And that really helped me.
Andrew said that, didn't
Yeah.
it?
We've briefly mentioned your latest release, Tales of Pythia. Tales of Pythia? Pythia?
Blaine's not here, fucking like.
How's it going down? How have reviews been? What sort of feedback have you been getting on that?
It's been pretty good so far, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Overall positive, yeah.
I think those were mostly songs that we had maybe intended to release earlier, and then
Absolutely.
there's a few things held us back, and then
Yeah.
like we can release it during the competition, maybe that'll work. But we're more excited about maybe an album now. I think because we have some new stuff.
Yeah, that's the main drive, is going down the album, right?
Yeah,
But so far, Tales of Pythia has been really good.
it's definitely helped. Definitely helped. Like,
Obviously, when any band does release something, it'd be rare to get all positive reviews. Whenever you do get some negativity coming back, whether it be from a review of a gig or an album,
See him like.
how do you deal with that sort of with a negative review or a knock or someone kind of running down what your
Absolutely hurl abuse at the person who gave you the bad comment. Absolutely behind their back and slobber like hell.
I know what you did.
you find out what their address is.
Yeah.
And
No, well, you try to take it with a pinch of salt as best you can, but like some people can deal with that better than others, and
I just take it in the chin, like, don't get
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
It would be fucking wrong of us to say that it doesn't hurt sometimes, like, because everybody's human. You're obviously doing what you do because you love doing it, but
yeah,
spend a few days if you have to mulling over it, but then try to think about what you can do better or
Obviously.
why these people think this.
It all depends on what the criticism is as well, but
Yeah.
I mean, I just take it all on board, just it is what it is, you know. But
Yeah.
We're going to have different opinions, and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Just need to keep doing what we're doing.
Connor keeps me, like, crying his shoulder all the time, like, he just says stuff like that. It's great.
Yeah. Great comfort.
Thanks, man.
And it's psychiatrist of the week,
Yeah.
I imagine when you do go to Bloodstock, because they're probably going to be pretty busy with prepping for the gig, interviews, networking and all that sort of shenanigans. But in the time that you do get off, what bands on the bill are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to seeing Devil's River.
Yeah.
And there's a Fozzy.
Fuzzy.
Fozzy, can't wait, man. Jericho, man.
Get out.
We're gonna fucking invite him for a wrestling match. For
Yeah,
the
man,
music
like
video. Gojira for me.
That's good
Fucking
call.
100%. Like, I think I was gonna go this year regardless, based on them and
Yeah.
Devil Driver, but
Looking forward to
it's
seeing
just
Gojira
better now.
at the gates. I'm looking forward to seeing at the gates as well.
Yeah, good year for me, like.
Did we say Fozzy?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait, man.
My biggest one is Bleed From Within. that I'm looking forward to on the
Scottish
Sunday
band,
stage.
aren't
They're Scottish, yeah.
Yeah.
I only got into them the past couple of weeks, but they're like in my top 5 at the minute.
Top
Like,
fan, like.
they? I seen them a lot of years ago supporting of all bands in Monmouth.
yeah,
And they were really fucking good. Like, they were probably one of the best bands. It was like a four band bill.
yeah. Oh, they're brilliant.
Best
Like, and
bands.
they're like really gently, so they're right up my street. But apart from that, at the gates, definitely.
I think I'm looking forward to see the other bands in New Blood stage as well. Like
That's-
this place hell obviously got it from down south. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited to see them guys.
Some class bands, like last year it was just unreal. We had awesome bands on the New Blood, like.
We've said before, you could go to the festival, spend the whole weekend in that New Blood stage and you still have a brilliant weekend.
100%,
Yeah.
like.
Cause, and that's what I've said before about the whole, some people are a wee bit cynical about the metal to the masses process.
Mm.
I said, go and stand in front of that stage. It works. Shit bands don't end up on that stage. They just don't.
No, not at all.
You know, might be bands that aren't to your taste, but there's no shit bands playing.
They're all good at what they do. It mightn't be
Yeah.
what you like that they're doing, but they're all good at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this year you have released Tales of Pythia.
Pythia.
Pythia. You have put an album or a video out for No God Waits, and you have won Metal of the Masses and going to Bloodstock. How are you going to keep up the momentum? What else is coming up for
We have some good stuff coming up. Want to obviously start working on the album a lot harder now. The drive for it was already there, but I think the drive now is to get
Now
it
there's
sooner
an even better
than what we
drive.
wanted. Maybe another couple of music videos, that sort of stuff. Like.
Yeah, just keep building on it. Yeah, make everything better than before.
Do you think?
See how
Now even gives you even more of a confidence boost than you already had. Do you know what I mean? And
It
you know,
validates
you are
what
now, you've now made it to this level.
Yeah.
So now you just have to try and keep climbing.
Yeah.
It's basically it.
Support
Stop.
slots as well, I think is something that we want to do. Maybe get across to England for other dates too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do you reckon the album will be due this year? Or maybe early next?
Maybe end of the year.
Maybe
Start
I would say early next year personally.
Start with 2019. It's more realistic.
More
I'd say
realistic,
like
I'd say
end of the
early next year. I would like to say February next year. I would really like that.
Yeah.
I'd say at least a couple singles this year,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah, well,
probably the album next year.
We'll definitely have new music out this year.
Yeah.
It just might not be the album.
I think that's one thing I've said before. Like when sometimes when a band goes and pushes themselves for an album,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of takes them out of the scene
Yeah.
for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And you can kind of drop off a bit.
Maybe
You kind of need to build yourself up again.
Yeah.
So to me, that album needs to be not just your album, but any band that does that, the album needs to be absolutely top notch
Yeah.
to make up for that period that you've kind of
Oh yeah, yeah.
drifted away from.
Because you've sort of dropped off the radar. Yeah.
Yep.
You came back.
I've seen it happen with bands. It does happen.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to pimp or cover or?
We have some Irish dates coming up within
Yeah.
this month, start of June. We're playing Waterford on the 31st, Central Arts
Central Arts.
Centre. Fuck, do you pronounce your names, Fat Can't?
Spent Kent.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They're going to be supporting us. One other band as well. And then we're playing the Gothic Species Festival.
Yes, so we're
Save the date, Darklings. Save the fucking date for that. No, that's going to be class. That's in Leitrim. And then we're in Belfast again on the Sunday
Yeah.
with Rupturation and Curse of Sun.
And we'll have the Scimitar.
Yeah, we're playing with Scimitar as well in Foundry in July.
Also, there's another one in Galway in there.
In August.
Yeah. A few things yet to be announced. But
Yeah.
But are
Which we cannot say yet.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing double duty on every date of this tour.
That's
I just had to get that in there, like, didn't I, you know?
What do you say?
Oh,
What do you say?
yeah, it's great.
I'm always better. Fuck you.
Alright, well, thanks very much for your time then. It's been a laugh. And congratulations again.
Yeah.
on
Cheers.
winning
Oh, thank you.
the Masters. Well deserved.
Keep an eye on Snorkel.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on Snorkel.
Snorkel,
Yeah.
Oracle. There's too many puns. Right, so that's us. We will have another podcast, the regular one at the end of the month. So keep an eye out for that. And as always, keep listening. The wrong kind of music.